And welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central. Your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. And today is the weekly live stream for Chicago Bulls Central. I like how everything looks now with the great background. It looks pretty damn good if I do say so myself. But on today's episode, we're breaking down everything going on with the Chicago Bulls. It's usually just a laid back atmosphere when we do these Wednesday live streams. So don't expect anything. We will be addressing the sky is falling Bulls fans, though, because we just got to. You guys know I coined that phrase last season, and I even heard it on some other shows that didn't give me my goddamn credit for it. We'll get into all that and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
Voila. Here we are, Chicago Bulls Central live stream, weekly live stream for Chicago Bulls fans. Nonetheless, I wanted to address something, right? And this is just a starting off point for a conversation. One thing that we talked about heavily last season is the sky is falling Bulls fans. It's a phrase that I coined early into last season. Just when people thought everything was going all left and everything, even way before it did in the second half of the season. And so a lot of those people still have that same type of mindset now. You got bald-headed bitch ass Mark. You got Marcellus Vaughn, I think is his name, the dumbass dude whose profile pictures like showing off his tattoo like he's a 13-year-old. A lot of these people, right, are skies falling Bulls fans. And the reason why I say that is because no matter what, unless the Bulls do what they think the Bulls should do, they try to paint it as if everything is wrong, right? The sky is falling for Chicago Bulls fans, not considering we're at the best place that we've been as a franchise in probably the last decade plus, maybe even 15 years. Have a superstar locked in Zach LaVine as well, or a star. I understand if you want to call him a star instead of a superstar. Have a culture that's much improved from what it was at any point, really, since the Dynasty era. And with all that being said, right, it's still not enough for Bulls fans. And I get it, right? You should never, we want this Bulls team to win the title. And that should always be the goal, right? It's a process to get there. There's never been a championship team built overnight. Even people who want to use like LeBron James going to the Lakers, like that is a generational player. That's a little bit different of a situation, but it usually takes time. It takes either drafting well for consecutive years in a row, or you have a star to superstar that comes to your team with a star that was already there, and then you can build a championship team that way. It takes time. Right now, AK and Eversley are trying to do both, right? And that's the interesting thing, and that's the thing that could gives this Bulls franchise longevity in this tenure, right? They're building through the draft. Ayo Dosunmu, Patrick Williams, Dalen Terry, Marco, if he does come on and plays well this season, they're building through the draft, hopefully drafting a lot more competently than what Garpax has for a while. Then on top of that, they have veterans, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Nikola Vucevic. They have Lonzo Ball, who's not, I wouldn't necessarily call him a veteran quite yet, but again, a player that's been around for a while. So when you look at like these fans, right, that they love the team. It's not this thing that they don't love the team. They honestly do love the team, but the sky is falling for them. Everything into the Bulls win a title is always going to be not for naught. It's always going to be something for it's negative or, oh, they're not doing enough. Like the thing in the matter is AK and Eversley have been on the job less than 3 years. You have some fans that seriously are criticizing everything AK and Eversley did. Like they didn't just have to unwind and unravel the whole mess of that Garpax had. So with that being said, it's like this thing where it's like I look at the skies falling community of the Chicago Bulls fan, and while they're loud and boisterous, it's very few of them really, right? Even when you hear the vote that came out earlier, like the Bulls fans being one of the happiest fandoms in the league, like a lot of people will have you believe that it's all for naught in Bulls Nation, and that's just not really what it is, right? And so like outlets that like can honestly critique, review, talk about what the front office did or did not do, but it's still not sky is falling. Like that's one of the things that I really do hate in this. Like I really do hate as the one thing that was been a negative for me as becoming a content creator is just how negative some people are, right? How negative some people are. And it's just like, come on, fam. Come on, like shut the fuck up. Like you got people who literally haven't succeeded at anything in life. Like I said, like the dude Mark, the bald-headed wonder, who literally hasn't succeeded at anything in life, but you sitting here critiquing somebody, a front office that has completely flipped this roster and made it a playoff team in less than a year. And it took time. Well, less than a year and a half. It took time. Now let's build on top of that. Let's get on top of that way. Let's go ahead and go to the comments. I want to hear what you guys say. Jacob Pone, the Southside Kings in the building, says, Haize, live, it hit different. You already know, bro. You already know. Haize, I finally made it. My little brother Smear 60s in the building. Steve O says, what's good, brother? What's going on? Julie is in the building. She says, hit that like button, everybody. Hey, chat. Hey, Haize. Also, I won't be on long. I'm on basically while my kids are eating. They're eating their pizza. I didn't eat pizza today for dinner, so I'm chilling. I'm laying back with y'all. It is what it is. I feel Debo is what the Bulls team and city needs. A crafty, skillful scorer who can teach Dalen, Io, and Patrick. I feel really good about our team. The sky's falling fans be tweaking its merch. Listen, bro. Yes. I said it like this on Locked On Bulls today. AK and Eversley and Billy Donovan changed the culture of the Chicago Bulls. They got it from being in literally the gutter to being in a place where it's like, okay, we see what we're doing. DeMar DeRozan was like that icing on top, right? That was that thing that it helps solidify and lock in that culture, but it's also going to pay dividends for years and years to come. The lessons that he taught Io, the work ethic that he taught Io, Patrick Williams, and hopefully Dalen Terry, if they're here for long periods of time, that's something that's going to carry on throughout their career to a degree, just like Kobe did with DeMar. So that's something that really helps the culture a lot, big time. Billy Donovan's gum is in the building. He says, yo, what's going on? I know you chewed up, bro. MC Season says, what's good, Haize? How's your day been so far? First of all, please correct me if I'm wrong, right? Is it MC Season or is it mix season? Because country ass people like Pat the Designer says mix season. And I'm like, bro, this is not McDonald's, brother. His name is not, it's not all together. You call him mix season like it's a damn McChicken. Like, nah, it's MC season, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I can admit I'm wrong. I got the note this time. Clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up. Oh man, like the stream too, absolutely. Hey Tim Brazil, hey at Smear 60, that's from Julia. Steve-O's laughing at me. Hold on, let me do my because I brought his every time Pat the Designer either comes in the stream or he comes up, I got to do my Pat the Designer for dramatic pause. So what I'm saying is, the sky is falling. Bulls fans need to learn how to chill the fuck out. And I'm just saying, like that's how Pat the Designer would say it. Like that's how Pat would say it. But you know what it is. But yeah, all jokes aside, really, it's this thing where like, and it's in every fan base, right? I don't want to make it seem like this is exclusive to just the Chicago Bulls fan base, because I think every sports fan base has this to a degree. The sky is falling. It's like, you guys just gotta chill, fam. You just gotta chill. It's originally MC. That's my rap name, but I guess it could go either way. MCC. See, I know. No, don't listen. Don't try to cut that yellow motherfucker no slack. Calling you mixed season, like, come on, bro. That's a big country yellow motherfucker. Mixed season, like, he's thinking like he eats too much McDonald's, bro. You know that greedy motherfucker thinking about a McChicken. Like, who would say it that way? Who would say it that way? Sky's Falling Bulls fans are just a bunch of impatient fans, honestly. And if we're being honest, lack of patience would be the downfall of the organization. Absolutely, it would. Like, and I say this, and I know a lot of people combat this when I say, well, they say the Lakers got a title out of it. Yeah, but guess what? They're not getting anywhere close to a title anytime soon. And I'm not even saying, even if you say, hey, the Lakers won a title, but then they gave up further young players to bring in Russell Westbrook. Like, a lot of the players that the Lakers gave up, they gave up like 5 or 6 young players. Give them 2 of them right now. I guarantee you they would rather have them than some of the players that they have. It's crazy, right? And even somebody over in CHGO Bulls, it was like, trade DeMar right now. Trade DeMar for what? What the fuck are you talking about? You have no. It's been a hot minute. What's good, bro? What's going on? Stay gold, bang, 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 bang. Rashawn's in the building. He's laughing at my crazy ass. Yeah, this fan base makes my head hurt sometimes. It's like, if we ain't Golden State Warriors, we're trust. But that's the thing. Look, and this is the thing. This is how you know people don't really pay attention to sports, right? Even if you go to the Golden State Warriors, you know what? You either have to draft well for 5 to 6 years, or you have to bring in stars. The Bulls, Garpax wasted draft picks for damn near a decade, right? So it's not going to happen overnight. It's really not. I laughed my ass off. He eats too much McDonald's. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Haize, my bro, you have no filter. I fuck with it. Oh, bro, I don't know if you're fairly new to Chicago Bulls Central, bro, but I don't have any filter. I say exactly like the way I look at it is this, right? And this isn't to be cocky. This is my motherfucking platform. This is me. Locked On Bulls is Locked On Network platform. I'm just the host of the show. This is my shit. So you're going to get me, period. And if people are being dumbasses in the comments, I say that they're being dumbasses. Some people are like, well, that's not welcoming to a YouTube channel. I'm not here to be welcoming for your ass. I'm here to give you the information. I don't give a fuck if you feel like my black ass is welcoming. I'm not the fucking house Negro. I'm not here to make you feel welcome. Yes, sir. I'm not here to do that shit. Fuck you. If you a dumbass fan, I'm going to call you a dumbass fan. It's just like bald-headed bitch-ass Mark in the comments. Every time he comments something, I just comment on his dumbass male pattern baldness that he's jobbing to, because that motherfucker literally has nothing to say about anything because he's a dumbass. Like, so yeah, you're gonna get that work here. You're gonna get that work here. Period. Those same fans don't provide realistic solutions to their logic. LOL. Absolutely, bro. Like, if most of the Bulls fans that are complaining about stuff, if you say, all right, give me a realistic deal that would have made the Bulls championship contenders this offseason. People have literally responded to me with that, with saying Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba may have improved the bench, but you think Mo Bamba would have made the Bulls a championship contender? If you think that, shut the fuck up. You don't deserve to talk about basketball. Period. People who last season were saying, if we get Jeremy Grant, we're going to be a championship contender. Jeremy Grant? Come on, fam. You can't watch basketball seriously and think that Jeremy Grant turns you into a championship contender. I don't give a fuck if you adding Jeremy Grant to a team full of 3 All-Stars. He does not move the needle that much. Miles Turner, these are people that would improve the team, no doubt, right? I'm saying that they adding them too, right? And keep in mind, even with that being said, you would have to give up something considerable because those are trades, but just adding them to the Bulls team, does it improve them? Yes. Does it make them a championship contender? No, it doesn't. JPEG in the building. What's going on, fam? They don't realize the team was built for now and later. They don't think the impact of DeMar will affect Pat, Zach, and Terry for the long run. Exactly. Having DeMar DeRozan on this team and in this franchise is one of those moves that literally, like I said, you're going to be seeing the results of this 5, 6, 7, 8 years from now, as long as Pat, Dalen Terry, and even then, right? You may see it further than that. The lessons, especially considering like the sponge that Dalen Terry is, if Dalen Terry does turn into something for this team, you think he's not going to teach what he learns from DeMar over these next 2 years to the people who come under him? Absolutely. That's culture, right? That's what made the San Antonio Spurs good for so long. The culture that you build into your team, that you integrate into players for decades, right? That's what the Bulls could build here. I'm not saying that there's for sure fire that they're going to, but that's what they could, and that's what they're trying to do. Jay the Barber TV says facts 100%. Absolutely. Mark Belong on Beyond Scared Straight. Listen, that man's hairline is non-existent, bro. Non-existent. They be like, let's trade Kobe and Tony for Jaylen Brown. Like, you motherfucking how? Bro, do you know the amount of people that literally like, oh, well, all we got to do is trade Kobe and Vooch for somebody who can guard Giannis and stop Joel Embiid? In what fucking world? First of all, that person doesn't exist, right? If you had somebody who can stop Giannis and Joel Embiid, they'd be the highest paid player in the NBA. Every single team would go after them. Period. They'd be they'd have the most offers than anybody. That, first of all, that person doesn't exist. And then even if they did exist, in what world? In what human world, with human American dollars and with human American sense, and I guess I shouldn't say American because Vucevic is an American, but with human sense, does Kobe White, the Portland pick, and Nikola Vucevic get you a player that's going to turn you into a championship contender? Show me. And they never can because it doesn't exist. If healthy, we will have 3 players, all defense: Zoe, Ayo, and AC. James, I agree with you. And keep in mind, in 2 or 3 years, we could have 4 of those, right? Because if Dalen Terry turns into defense, like he seems intense defensively, if Patrick Williams takes leaps defensively, we could be looking at a team that has great defensive players. So, Grant trade talks got on my lap, bro. The Jeremy Grant trade talks, and then people were like, Jeremy Grant is a lockdown defender. Where, bro? Please show me where the fuck is Jeremy Grant a lockdown defender. There is no stat, nothing that shoot. The only person that Jeremy Grant can lock down is his goddamn self. That's it. By sitting the fuck down. That's it. Was Gobert, Grant, or Turner trade talk more annoying? I would say. So this is the thing with Bulls fans, right? And this is the thing that irks me the most about skies falling Bulls fans. That they're the sheep mindset, right? Because there will be not one substantiated trade rumor. You'll just have ESPN, somebody could just run with, oh, well, rumor, I heard from the third cousin of the sixth cousin of Jeremy Grant that the Bulls are reportedly interested in Jeremy Grant. And then what will they say? They don't just say, hey, you know what? Jeremy Grant could be an interesting move. Oh, we need Jeremy Grant. You need? Need is a strong ass motherfucking word. Now, because of a rumor, like Turner, they said we needed Turner. We needed Jeremy Grant. We needed Rudy Gobert. Like, come on, fam. All that shit was retarded. All that shit was sorry. Can't say that. I'll take that back. Rewind that. But they fucking remedial, though. I'll say that, motherfucker. They are fucking remedial. I'm going with Grant. At least a case for Gobert can be made. No, like, see, this is the thing. Gobert does not make the Bulls, considering what they would have had to give up, it doesn't make the Bulls a championship team. Hell, he couldn't make the fucking Utah Jazz a championship team. It helps improve the team, right? But then I think people forget, too, at that point, you're talking about replacing Vooch, who is very solid offensively, even with his down shooting and his passing, and you're bringing in a player that's just basically all defense, is not nearly the passer that Rudy Gobert is, and is not a threat. Guess what? Even with Nikola Vucevic's bad shooting last season, people still had to guard him out at the three-point line because he was a threat to make it. If he made it and got hot, guess what? You're fucked. You're completely changing the offense. And then as long as DeMar DeRozan is here, having a player that is not, and I don't have to be three-point threats, but having a player that's not even a mid-range threat to kind of space the floor, guess what? The defense can pack everything in. So while Rudy Gobert would have brought a lot of improvements defensively, the Bulls' offense would have had to completely change. Then you're talking about also Vooch and Patrick Williams being gone at that point in time. It's not going to, the net is not going to get you that much further. It's not. It's going to improve you, make you a better defensive team, yes. But I don't think at that point you go from being a first-round exit to possibly making an ECF. And that's possible. That's still not even surefire ECF. CBC is quickly approaching the first year anniversary on August 14th. As subscribers of this channel and regularly in the live, I would like you to join the membership and become a member. Thanks. Look at Julie plugging it. I appreciate that. Yo, Haize, what do you think about Scottie Pippen remarks towards Phil Jackson in his new book, Unguarded? Has he made new remarks? Like, I haven't seen any. If Pip has come out with something like in like the last 3 months, I haven't seen it. Like, I haven't. Now, the last thing that I heard about Pip, you know, when he said it was like racially motivated, which was just to do some dumb shit. But, you know, Pip is going through some shit right now. You know, his wife is getting slutted out in his old home that I think he's still paying for or some shit like that. Like, that'll do some shit to a man. First of all, any 50-plus-year-old man that is going through their newly dreadlock journey and looks like that, and your wife is getting slutted out by a rapper, bro, that should do some shit to your head, fam. And I think that's where Scottie Pippen is right now. Like, that man literally closes his eyes, and rather than picture his wife getting slutted out, it's easier to hate Jordan and Phil Jackson. That's literally what it is. Real Bulls fans understand we had a culture and roster problems. It wasn't just roster issue before AK and Mark came in. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. PC, the developer, with a great point. Nuggets lost Grant and didn't skip a beat. Facts. Now they do have a generational player in Nikola Jokic, but yes, agreed. Kobe Bradley in a second for KD. That is hilarious, bro. David Haley says, I hate all this slander against Vooch, even when there was a graph that showed Vooch was a lot better rim protector than Steven Adams. Bro, you can throw all, like, people are just stupid, right? Because they believe narratives. You know what it is? The Bulls had less than 10 nationally televised games last season, right? And you know what? A lot of Bulls fans, because, you know, a lot of people in general, they don't pay for League Pass. They weren't actually seeing those games. You know what they did? They believed the narratives that they heard, and they looked at the stat sheet. So because this is why if you actually try to have a conversation with somebody who doesn't watch basketball and instead watch the stat sheet or the box score, they will expose themselves very quickly, right? Very, very quickly. Joker, as much as I love Joker, he's one of the users. He's been here for a long time. He's gonna watch this. He may even comment and throw me some shit. He's fam. I can say this. I'm using him because I know he's fam and he's gonna give me shit back. But that motherfucker watches the stat sheet closer than anybody in the world. And sometimes I need him to step away and watch basketball, right? Because people will say, oh, well, Vooch, he went 2 for 13. What does it make sense does that make? Or Vooch only scored 10 points in this game. That's your center? And not knowing because, hey, Vooch cooked in the first half. Billy Donovan got him 2 more shots in the second half of that game after going 4 for 5 in the first half. It's shit like that people don't understand. Vooch, in the top 3 to 8 of every statistical category for centers. Period. Who you gonna? There's not that many people who are improvements over Vooch. It's just not. What's up, Haize? Thanks for the daily dose of Chicago Bulls Central. I appreciate that, brother. And, when I first started this, right, I was given daily episodes, but my episodes were literally like probably 3 to 8 minutes long. I try to aim to give you guys 15 to 20 minutes every day now. And because I'm better at this too, like I'm better equipped than what I was coming in. I came into Chicago Bulls Central with no plan. I just was somebody who just wanted to talk about my team, and now I'm trying to make this an actual production. You'll see a lot more improvements as well as the season gets on, especially with our post game shows. The post game shows this year are going to be lit because I got some plans. So yeah, we're trying to make this an actual production. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got a lot of inspiration from Knicks Fan TV. The way that he runs that, I was like, I want to create something like that for the Chicago Bulls, and that's what this is shaping up to be. No, that's true. I was never behind the Gobert thing. Feel you, Tim Brazil. I want to slap the fuck out of Minnesota GM messing up the market. Yeah, yeah. How do you think Dragic and Drummond will affect the Bulls? By the way, fire content. Twins own controller. Thank you. I've said it this way. Drummond can be a double-double player off the bench. He's still an elite rebounder. His rebounding rate is elite. That's more possessions for the Chicago Bulls with better defense. Yes, he's not the shot blocker. People forget they confuse that the only thing that's indicative of rim protection is shot blocking, and that's not true, right? Shot blocking is a form of rim protection, but you know what else is a good form of rim protection? Playing good enough defense that the motherfuckers can't get to the rim. Andre Drummond brings that. So looking at that, even with his decline, Drummond can be a double-double player off the bench. Even if he's not a double-double, he's going to get you close to that with solid defense. The defensive rating for him is he's elite defensive rating is 100, right? The 100 defensive rating. Even last season, in a down season for him, he was 101. He's an elite defender. He's going to help improve this team a lot. Call me crazy, but I think we can make a trade for PJ Washington and Kobe White. Who's Kobe? Wait, first of all, that's not how you spell Kobe's name. Don't ever disrespect the great Kobe Bryant by putting that type of Kobe on White's name. But with that being said, I don't know. I really don't know what the market is for PJ Washington. Would I mind PJ Washington on the team? Not at all. I would love PJ Washington on the team. And if all it took was Kobe to do it, you make that deal, in my opinion. But I just don't know. Anyway, you've seen DeMar staying with the Bulls for cheap in a Haslam role after his deal is up. I could see that. I think that it's one of two things that are going to happen. DeMar, after spending this time developing the Chicago Bulls, may say, hey, listen, I did this, right? I came here. I helped set a great culture. I really do want to get a ring before I retire. I'm going to go sign a 2-year deal with somebody to get a ring. Or you could say, hey, no, I saw that. I helped build this culture. I want to see this through. I could see it go both ways for sure. We can develop McKinney, they said. Trade Patrick Williams for another big, they said. Absolutely. Absolutely. The setup is dope, Haize. Thank you, Jonathan Washington Jr. I appreciate that. MC Season says, stat sheet nerds are dumb as fuck. It's hard to converse with them. Yeah, if they just watch the box score, they got to stop. When is us Bulls fans going to stop making? Who's making excuses? Cino 3000. What excuses are they making? What excuses? People take mainstream analyst words as law, bro. Motherfuckers wanted to get rid of Pat to bet on Alfonso McBoso. Shit is mind blows. Absolutely, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. Great from Steve O'Hare. Stats never tell the whole story. They don't. This is why you have to, if you're going to try to talk about basketball at an intelligent level, you have to watch the games. People who just try to read off box scores to you, they don't know what the fuck they talking about. They don't know what happened in the game. They don't. What up, guys? Quick note: Golden State has paid out $338 million in penalties since the luxury tax era. The Bulls, come on now, spending money can lead to championships. Bulls ownership, I see what you're saying. Do you have a favorite bench player in the league or bench player you love to see come to the roster? I don't really. Trying to think. Of course, like Jordan Poole is my favorite bench player in the NBA. I love Jordan Poole. I like Gary Payton II as well. I wouldn't mind if the Bulls had worked out like a sign and trade to get Gary Payton too for Kobe White, even though he's not the scorer Kobe White is. I would have loved it. With that being said, favorite bench player. Nothing really comes to mind right now. Nothing really comes to mind right now. Just saw your subs to easy 10K subscribers this season, Haize. I speak it into existence. Let's hope so, bro. Let's hope so. I wanted to get to 8,000 by the 1 year anniversary, but we're 10 days away from it. So I don't foresee that happening, but we're probably definitely going to hit 10K over the course of the season. And I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. Like, considering the channel's been around less than a year, we're at 7,862 right now. Keep in mind, my goal for 1 year was 2,000. I wanted to hit 2,000 subs by the first year of the channel. We lapped that. So listen, I'm winning. I'm willing. Bulls ownership invented cheap. The GOAT made the bulk of his money off shoes at Marvin. I wouldn't say the Bulls ownership invented cheap. There's listen. Are we just gonna ignore the Cubs and the White Sox? Like, are we gonna ignore that? I'm just saying. I think in Chicago there were cheaper franchises before the Bulls. What's up, Haize? Dope new setup. I just try to wait and see which light will go out first. Neither. They're both fully charged. None's going out this time, motherfucker. Facts, Julia. Hey, Haize, I feel like Justin Lewis can really be a big game changer, someone who can defend and give us some backup shooting, man. I really think his game translates well to the NBA. Well, keep in mind, like, I think sometimes, like, yes, he has a great game, right? And his games is very similar to EJ Liddell, who I wanted the Bulls to draft. I think he's even a better shooter than EJ Liddell and better offense, whereas EJ Liddell was a little bit better on defense. But Justin Lewis is going to have to do some serious work to even be on this roster in the NBA. He's on a two-way contract, which means primarily he's going to be in the G League. But can he shine? Can he do that? Yeah, but I think it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. Love the narrative around DeMar and the Ghost of Jordan. Who doesn't want to be like Mike? Keen to see the next dynasty develop with players who respect that history. Yeah, hopefully. I think the Bulls plan to stop dominant big men like Giannis and Embiid is to get a bunch of large wings players to use help defense to try to contain them. I mean, listen, there's a lot of different ways, right? You can't stop. There's no stopping Giannis and Embiid. There's just not. It's not, you don't stop them. The best bet, and the thing that even Tibbs, who was a great defensive coach, did, is that you stop everything else around them, right? Because even if Giannis and Embiid go off for 50 or 60, that's not going to be enough. So you have to be able to stop almost everything else around. MJ says, I miss Bulls basketball so much. I keep rewatching those 5-on-5 scrimmage clips. I've also been watching your Breaks Radio podcast. Keep doing your thing, bro. Appreciate that. Breaks, we have a lot of fun over on the Breaks Radio. Now, the viewership isn't what I would like it to be, but we have a lot of fun over on that show. Like, last night's show was literally fucking, that shit went off the rails 3 minutes into the show, and I was just like, how the fuck did we get here? But it is what it is. Keep winning, Haize. CNI Plus, I plan to. I keep trying, bro. I'm going to keep trying. Do you think the Bulls are looking to build a solid foundation and then log to look for big free agents in the next 2 or 3 years after DeMar and Vooch? Keep in mind, people now want to come to Chicago now. Here's the thing. I said this on my video today, Adrian. I don't know if you got a chance to watch it. Is that the Bulls can have $20 million in true cap space next season. On top of that, a $10 million mid-level exception. So yeah, the Bulls could be a player, but I think it's all going to be within. They're not going to sell the farm to win now, right? AK wants to be able to have a team that competes 4, 5, 6 years from now, as well as just now. So if they can have and can bring in a star, then yes, they will do so. They will absolutely do so. But they're not going to forego all of their young players, or a big chunk of them, to try to do that right now. That's just not their mindset, at least not what they've shown so far. Brandon Peck in the building says, "What's good, Haize? What's going on, Brandon? You should be proud of yourself, man. You came a long way. I remember when you were trying to was first starting out. I don't know what you mean by that last part, but hey, I mean it has, right? It's come a decent. Like I go back and look at those first. The production value has always been great, right? Because I come from a photography, directing background, so I know how to make everything look great. But like, I think the way I deliver the content, I've gotten more comfortable in. Like those first couple of videos, I was really like, yeah. By the way, the Chicago Bulls have signed Lonzo Ball to a 3-year, $30 million deal, and I think that's going to really help the team. And I think that that's going to really improve the backcourt. And him and Zach LaVine are going to be a solid backcourt going forth for the next couple of years. And now I'm like, hey, listen, the motherfucking Bulls signed Lonzo Ball in here. We about to show the fuck out. Lonzo Ball is about to get out on transition. He's going to get us steals. He's going to do like so. Yeah, I think my presentation it's more me now. It's more me now. And so yeah, I have a lot. I have a lot of fun with that. Which Bulls player would you want to interview? What would you want to ask? Bulls player that I would love to interview. Are you talking about all time or current Bull? If you're talking about current Bull right now, it would absolutely be DeMar DeRozan. Like I have been podcasting for damn near a decade, right? Between the Awakened Soul, which is my solo podcast about Black culture and mental health. I did a wrestling podcast for 4 years before I started the Awakened Soul. The Awakened Soul hits its 6-year anniversary on the 9th of August, and I've been on a little bit of a hiatus from that one, which I'm going to start doing back more consistently. I've been in podcasting for a long ass time, and I feel like, yeah, Draymond had a great interview with DeMar DeRozan, but the interview that I would have with DeMar DeRozan, oh, we get everything, we get everything. What are the top 5 jerseys in NBA history? I don't know. The Chicago Bulls, the red with the cursive. The old school purple Lakers jersey, the Denver Nuggets jersey with the pick on it. The Sacramento Kings jersey during the Chris Webber era, because I look, purple is one of my favorite colors, so you're gonna hear purple probably. Well, you already heard it a couple times on the list, so that's 4, right? And number 3, I would say the Rip City Trailblazers jersey. Those are the ones that I get. Both? Okay, Bull all time, Joakim Noah, absolutely. Joakim Noah is my favorite Bull of all time. If I can get an interview with Joakim Noah, that motherfucker is going to be lit. Yeah, I hear you. I just hope the ownership changes a bit. If there's an opportunity to compete instead of the $10 million, they take the compete option. Well, keep in mind though, they only didn't do that to hard cap themselves. Let's put everything into perspective. If the Bulls had used the full $10 million mid-level exception at this offseason, meaning that if a trade came available, they would have to match those salaries exactly. Couldn't go over at all for it. So the Bulls maintained a lot of flexibility by not hard capping themselves right now for a trade to possibly open the door to. They know they're going to be shopping Kobe White, things like that. And then again, was there any player out there that was worth hard capping it? Was there any player out there this offseason that was worth giving up an opportunity to make a big time trade if one comes available at the trade deadline? Do you think Kobe will have a bounce back season? I definitely think it's possible. I talked about that in my Kobe White season preview. I definitely think it's possible for Kobe White to have, I wouldn't even call it a bounce back season, right? He's never been up to bounce back from anything. Do I think he has a season where he can put it all together and be consistent? Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you think Zach will become a superstar this year? I think we saw glimpses of the beginning of the season before his knee started bothering him. I think people forget that, right? Zach at the beginning of the season, like, keep in mind, this is not up for debate. This is not opinion. If you average 50% from shooting from the field, 40% from 3, 90% from free throw shooting, that is an elite offensive player. Zach LaVine has flirted and been close to that 3 seasons in a row. His efficiency has continued to go up. Offensively, absolutely. Zach LaVine is going to be in the top 10 of scoring, if not the top 5 in scoring in next season in the NBA. But that defense has to be more consistent. Some of the basketball IQ things has to be tightened up. If those type of things happen, and I've said it before, Zach LaVine, his defensive rating was 100 and almost 111 if I'm not mistaken. If he can get that defensive rating down to 108, yes, I think Zach LaVine is a elite player, a superstar player with those other things all being things. Let's see. I'm trying to see what was Zach LaVine's defensive rating last season. His defensive rating last season was 113.7. So if Zach can get that to being in the 108 range with being the 50, 40, 90 player, his efficiency going up, yes, Zach LaVine is a superstar at that point. Do you think the Bulls should sign a shooting coach? At least I still don't know why we don't have one. Bro, that was one of the things that literally. It's not that many things that completely blow my mind, but you have players in Dalen Terry, Patrick Williams that need to learn how to fucking shoot. Right? Their releases need to get quicker. You don't have a shooting coach on this team? Come on, fam. Come on, bro. Come on. Would you like to have a player on the Chicago Bulls that has a player skill set of Boris DL, AK-47, and Ray Allen combined? Bro, come on. Like what? Stop playing 2K, Shay. Like that's an elite player, bro. You talking about combined? That's an elite player. Stop smoking that dope, fam. Stop smoking that dope. Wait, so how will the Bulls get into the luxury tax next season since I know there are rules around that? Well, so technically the Bulls can be well under the luxury tax, right? That they will have if once Kobe White's contract, if Kobe White, Nikola Vucevic, Tony Bradley, Goran Dragic, who's on a 1-year deal, if all of those deals got off the books and the Bulls either renounce or don't re-sign them or they sign elsewhere, they can have $20 million in cap space. So the Bulls can avoid the luxury tax again next season, but next season is probably the last season that they can avoid the luxury tax. Okay, see, this is a narrative that I can't agree with you with, Darius. First of all, Zach LaVine didn't pull. Go look at Zach LaVine's stats. He averaged 29 points per game against the Milwaukee Bucks. He averaged 28 points per game against the Philadelphia 76ers. Zach didn't disappear. Now, when he was injured, that's a different story. And in the playoffs, we found out he was playing on a knee that was basically 40% healthy. He did not disappear. We got to stop that narrative. Now, once he was hurt, yes, he did shrink at times. But if you look at Zach LaVine's averages against the elite, he didn't. And this is going to cause, go and look. I'm not even going to say it. If any player disappeared against elite teams, please go and look at DeMar DeRozan's stats against elite teams in the NBA. Now, one could say that they're keying in on him more, but Zach LaVine's stats against elite teams are actually damn good. Like I think there's only one. I think it's the Golden State Warriors. And part of that is because one of the games against the Golden State Warriors, he played 4 minutes in before he hurt his knee. But there's a couple of them. But for the most part, against elite teams, the teams that went to the second round or above in the playoffs, Zach had a really good stat-wise against them, for sure. Quit smoking that dope, fam. Listen, Shay be smoking that. Ooh, listen, Shay, you gotta live in Chicago because I know Shay be going to the dispensary. Shay be going to the dispensary. He gets some E and J. He smokes or does the edibles. He drinks the E and J. Then he goes in. He gets a lap dances from the one-legged strippers over on in the north side. Shay be living, bro. I'm telling y'all, Shay be living, man. Shay be living. Shay be living. I'm telling y'all, Shay be throwing it with the bottle in one hand. He'd be like this, hitting that Benny Siegel. He'd be doing that shit. He'd be doing it. They're going to sign and trade IO mid-level. Y'all don't know how signing trades work. Like y'all really don't know. Like I hate hearing they're going to sign and trade him. That's not how it works. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. That is not how a sign and trade works. And no, they are not. They are not getting rid of IO Sumo. They're not. Shay, let me find out your ass getting a lap dance on West. I'm telling y'all, Shay be living it up, bro. Shay be, listen, he say he's straight edge. Nah, Shay, listen, there's nothing more straight edge than smoking weed. Smoking weed is of the earth. But Shay be doing them edibles, bro. I'm telling you, he may not even know the edibles. He may just think he's popping normal Skittles. I'm telling y'all, correct me, is Shay's comments the comments of somebody who's sober? That's all. I'm leaving it at that. Go read Shay's comments. You tell me if that comes from a sober person. It's actually a good setup for us, the luxury tax. Next year we'll have 20 million through 2024 season and 25. It's a huge TV deal with the salary cap is going to jump big time. Yeah, I didn't think about that. You're absolutely right. Anytime there's a new TV deal, the salary cap goes up hugely. That is a great point. You know what? That would be an even better point if Ricky, who's supposed to be my host on Chicago Bulls Weekly, the exclusive member only podcast, actually got his fucking podcast equipment when I asked him to do that show with me 6 fucking months ago. I've been holding it down solo. So listen, the motherfucker makes great points. He knows his shit. I wish he would get his motherfucking equipment and know that shit so he can tell y'all this motherfucking shit on the podcast. But you know what? Ricky's a dread-headed, light-skinned motherfucker, and you know how they get down. Well, he's not really light-skinned. He's more brown-skinned, but you know how them motherfuckers get down. David Haley says, I hope Pat Williams becomes a great player, but to be honest, when I see him out on the court, there are a lot of scenarios where he looks scared. Well, yeah, a 19 and 20-year-old player playing out there with veterans. I'm not, yeah, there's absolutely times he needs to build up his confidence, and hopefully he does, because if what we've seen from people when he does get going and when he is confident, he does show more and more flashes of that. Listen, I'm trying to get Ricky paid, bro. Like, this is the thing, right? Me and Ricky have great like that's my dude. Keep in mind, that is my guy. Ricky is my dude, right? Like that is my friend. First of all, before anything and anything, I could throw jokes at him. That is my friend. And the dude is smart as shit when it comes to sports. But he's so fun. Like you ever had somebody can't get right. Ricky Fontaine can't get right, bro. He was last time he was supposed to be on the show. He couldn't figure out how the fuck to use his internet. All we saw was his fucking forehead when he was on the fucking video. He couldn't figure out how to use the internet connection. He asked me to send him a link like that was going to fix his fucking internet. Like Ricky is a gold mine waiting to happen, but the motherfucker is too lazy to get a fucking $25 mic and a $30 webcam and get this money that he's just sitting back in the comments with the regular people. Come on, man. I'm Caramel, you red velvet cake bearded motherfucker. Listen, bro. Listen. Don't be coming and bringing all that vitriol towards me because you like getting your dreads pulled, bro. Like, the girl exposed you, bro. Don't take that out on me, right? That's between y'all, fam. It's okay. We don't judge you because you like getting your hair pulled. We don't judge you for that, fam. We love you. We don't judge you for that. But you got to show up to work, bro. You got to show up to work. I don't think we needed to make a splash during the offseason. They obviously didn't like any of the offers they got for Kobe and weren't willing to deal P. Will, so they're stuck with the master plan. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. How much you think teams will offer Io next year? I don't even know if it gets to that point. I really do think him and the Bulls are going to lock it up. Like, he's from Chicago. Again, that only works to a degree, right? Because if Chicago does lowball him, believe me, Io out in the open market can get about $10 or $11 million a year. If he keeps playing like he does with the potential, some team's going to offer him a bag, even without playoff success or anything like that. So the Bulls better be ready to pay his ass. Ricky, you better not be messing with Master Daughter can't get right. Listen, Ricky does look like disciple. Like, Ricky loves white women. Like, you just know Ricky loves white women. You remember Kevin Hart when he was like, "What y'all eating white bitches?" Like, that's Ricky Fontaine. You already know Ricky be on that shit, bro. Only God can. Listen, Steve-O, you couldn't eat. Look, he threw you under the bus. He just said you can't. Listen, bro. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, fam. I'm just saying, bro. Ricky don't like you, Shay. Like, Ricky, have you not been able to tell? Ricky does not like you. Like, you sitting here capping for a man who does not like you at all. Like, come on, Shay, you gotta have more pride, bro. You first you cap for Vooch every day, which Vooch is better than. Like, I'm glad that you do stand up for Vooch. You literally call in and be like, hey, I was thinking, reading off a fucking article from Bleacher Report, like we don't know you fucking telling us an article. You talking about something you were just thinking about, and now you capping for somebody who don't even like you. Come on, fam. Come on, let's get this shit together, bro. Let's get this shit together. Oh man, that is hilarious, bro. I have no idea how we got here. How do these lives always get to the point to where we just roasting motherfuckers? How does this shit keep happening? How does this shit keep happening? Like, wow. Sub CEO, was Zach playing with the group in LA? Are you surprised there's been no video in this days and age? What the hell? I think that they got on Dalen because the first video from it, because the only reason we knew Dalen Terry was there because he wasn't originally on the list was because Dalen Terry posted it on Instagram. So I think they're telling the young fella, hey man, put that phone down, brother. Hey, just come in here and play. Just come in here and play. Shay, don't make me show you a picture again. Like, wait, where's that picture I had of Shay? Did I remove it from here? You lucky I moved it, bro. You lucky I moved it. I don't even know if it's saved on here anymore. Where's that Shay shit at? You know what? I ain't even gonna do you like that, Shay. I was about to say I will switch my focus to you, motherfucker. Don't play with me. Haize, we had a roster spot open. Could we sign LaMarcus Aldridge? Has he really not signed yet? That is really surprising. Could we? Yes, but I'd rather give it if we had an open roster spot. I'd rather give it to McCord Maker to develop him some. Honestly. Oh man, listen, I'm gonna start just a roasting channel. Like literally, I'm just gonna start a channel to just start roasting motherfuckers. Sometimes you gotta rub your nipples for Vooch Stacey King voice. It's a simple game. That's what. Listen, every time Nikola Vucevic scores over 18 points, Shay be sitting there like this. Vooch. That's what Shay be doing every time. Vooch scores over 16 points. Vooch. That's what Shay be doing in this chair. Like still popping it though. He still be with the bottles and shit. Like oh man. Woo. Oh. Oh man. Woo, man. That is hilarious. Dontavius Stapleton says, hey, bro, we need to see you do more bake sessions of niggas on this channel. This shit too funny. Hey, you must have not been here, bro. We did this shit all last season, mostly on halftime. Halftime hangouts literally just turned in. Y'all remember the dude with no neck? He literally never came back. He literally never came back. Oh, man. Woo! That is hilarious. Shay, bro, this is come on, bro. You can't be from Chicago and not know. This is terrible. Hey, Ricky, the last time your name sounded cool was back in 1992 when Cuba Gooding Jr. yelled out for Morris Chest. Bro, if you got to start saying shit like that, the joke ain't funny no more, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, Shay. You got to be better than this, bro. You got to have more in the chamber than this, bro. Oh man, that is hilarious. Hey, listen, Shay be watching Chicago Bulls games, and his motherfucking sister be like, "What's that on your lap?" Oh, nothing. That ain't nothing. I'm just watching Vooch play. I'm just watching Vooch play. What you talking about? What you leave my microphone alone, bitch? That's what Shay be doing every. All right, I'm done with y'all, man. Woo! That is it. That's it. I'm done. This is just gonna get worse and worse. Thank you for tuning in to another live stream from Chicago Bulls Central. If you want to follow the show, you can do so at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text and or voicemail, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. Thank you for being the best part of Chicago Bulls Central. Like I like seeing everything on Go Bulls. Love you guys. Peace, y'all. I'm just watching Vooch, motherfucker. I'm just